Module 8, Lino Etching Multi-Block Printing, Apparatus and Materials. Lino block 2 or more, size 7 inches into 7 inches, thickness 1 inch. Tracing and carbon paper, lino carving, knives and tools, caustic soda, crystals or sodium hydroxide crystals, rubber roller or brayer 8 inches, colored printing inks, inking knife, inking glass, paper for printing, cotton racks and kerosene for cleaning, spoon and printing machine, hand gloves, wooden spoon, bowl of water, scrub brush, glass rod or styler. Observe and select two lino blocks. The history of printmaking began with the use of materials easily available in nature such as stone and wood. After the innovation of wood carved, that is wood block printing, printmaking itself underwent a serious evolution. As relief printing became the first and easiest of printmaking techniques, they opened avenues to several other methods of making relief on surfaces such as wood and stone. But such materials were not easily found and proved to be expensive in the long run. Several years later, a new material or substrate was created, not as a ground of printmaking at first, but as a floor lining of homes and other structures like shapes and water-bound bodies. The beauty of this ground was its hydrophobic, soft surface. Hence, linoleum was produced. Block cut in right angle, size 7 inches into 7 inches. Linoleum has been used as a printmaking material for over 100 years now, and the wood linoleum dates back to 1863 when Frederick Walton of England combined the Latin word for flax, linum, with the Latin word of oil, oleum, to call it linoleum. It was created in the 1800s and used later for covering or lining of the floor. The surface is created using cork and linseed oil and works as a smoother, water-resistant surface as compared to other substances. For the technique employed in relief printmaking, linoleum is used as a cheaper alternative to wood and metal. Carving or etching, the soft surface is simpler, and most of the carving or etching or other wood printmaking techniques can be easily carried out on linoleum blocks or lino blocks. As seen in woodcuts, the other apparent changes in technique developed over generations with the simple need to develop newer techniques in relief making. The lino blocks, thus carved or etched, can be seen gradually reducing in size, and this was termed as reduction printing. When the relief surface is inked using a brayer or roller, the print made on paper is fine and clean. While in lino cut techniques, the lino block used is cut into or carved to for specific designs. In lino etching process, lines or textures are bitten into or etched into the matrix or ground using a variety of mordants or acids. Though it sounds quite simple, the process requires a fair amount of deftness and absolute care while handling the acid or alkali mordant, solution or component. Linoleum sheets are often reinforced with wood backing and hence the chances of it buckling or bending linoleum under the effect of acid or alkalis are solved. Usually, the amount of acid used is the determining factor of the amount of time to be allotted to the etching to happen. The history of lino etching specific technique is rather difficult to trace as the lino cut process itself was developed and widely used after 1920. The need to create relief surfaces with little grain or texture became at some point a task for printmakers, as it was not easy to get a completely smooth print devoid of textural natural grain from woodcuts and wood-based relief printing. Metal was being simultaneously explored as a surface of printmaking, but it was much more expensive and experimentation had its limitations. Linoleum was one such cheaply available surface or ground which allowed experimentation and professional outputs, thereby becoming the most preferred medium for printmaking experiments. The lino etching process is one such less explored technique which is in its developmental stages all over the world. Few artists were present who endorsed this technique merely because of the variety of outputs it gives with slight changes in time of acid bite and even the quality of ground used or the specific acid used. For example, the acid when poured onto the lino block creates bubbles as the acid bites into the surface of the lino block. Prepare sketches in size 7 inches into 7 inches. Select one. Draw or trace the sketch on two block. You can impure the sketch at the time final drawing on block. The acid action below the surface of the bubbles is reduced, hence, it is imperative that these bubbles be brushed off so as to create action on the surface. The acid used also matters as it affects the line of the etched design. Draw the sketch on block with the black Japan, liquid solution of tar and varnish. Caustic soda has a tendency to burn straight down into the block and sideways too. As this affects the containment with wax resist, the block could buckle or become hollowed out from the design limits, giving a just etched print. The density of the ground, that is lino block, if uneven, could also pose a problem after acid is laid onto the design and out to be carefully monitored. The action of hydrochloric acid is more controlled than that of nitric acid. Caustic soda and other alkaline solutions also are used as a mordant to each lino blocks and gives a soft slow acting and controlled bite onto the desired areas. The etching of lino block is a very unpredictable technique, and at the same time, that itself is its strong points. Relief printing is a subtractive printing process where area made not to print are physically removed. In this case, an alkali solution, sodium hydroxide, is used to produce a chemical etch that removes surface areas of the printing plate, producing an incised line. When the alkali solution comes in contact with the resin in the linoleum, it produces recessed areas with a granular surface. The remaining areas that are in relief are the areas that will print. Materials most commonly used for this technique are caustic soda, lye, spray, oven cleaner, or other brands of sodium hydroxide crystals. Be it a lino cut or lino etching, every single tool or material used has its own effects on the final print. The bite time of the mordant on the surface also needs to be experimented with, and the concentration, the solution is also very important. Similarly, the depth of gauging or carving the lino sheet is very important for printing. Slight variations can drastically alter the resulting print. In multi-block color printing using lino blocks, unlike the reduction technique, many blocks are used. Each block is then carved or etched depending upon the printmaker's discretion and printout. At times, a design itself is broken into specific bites and each bit is then carved or etched onto the individual block, inked and then printed on the same paper like a layering. The colors often are light to medium to dark, as we have seen in woodblock printing. There are several practitioners of multi-block colored lino printing techniques. The lino block being inexpensive offers more room to be experimented and explored with as far as relief making is concerned. The beauty of this technique ensures that the block are not completely spent or ruined, As in the case of reduction block printing, where a single block is carved over and over again till hardly anything remains to be covered on the ground. Multiple blocks ensure that they can be reprinted and even preserved over time. Prepare etching solution. Approximate 1 teaspoon sodium hydroxide caustic soda with 200 ml water. Now here I am telling about one eminent artist, George Baselitz. George Baselitz was born on 23rd January 1938 as Hans Georg Kanin Deutsch Baselitz, now a part of Kamenz, Saxony, Germany. His father was a school teacher. He adopted the name George Baselitz in 1961 after he and his family of five, Alke Krishmer and his two sons, Daniel and Anton, moved to Osthofen, Germany and later on to Italy. Baselitz attended school in Kamenz, where he was under the influence of the artist Louis Ferdinand von Rieske, whose realistic painting reproduction hung in the school hall. Baselitz was also influenced by the writing of Chao Pogme. At the age of 14 and 15, he was already painting portraits, religious subjects, still lifes, and landscapes, some of which were in futuristic style for that era. In 1955, he applied to study at Kunstakademie in Dresden but got rejected. To etch the blocks, apply the etching solution with the help of different tools, lino or wood carving tools, knife, nylon brushes, etc. After 5 minutes or in different timing as your design requirement, etch the negative image. In 1956, he enrolled at the Hochschule für Bildende Angewandte Kunst in East Berlin. At that time, his teachers were Walter Womaka and Herbert Behrens Hengler. He also became friends with Peter Graf and Ralph Winkler. He was expelled from the academy after 2 semesters for socio-political immaturity. In 1957, he enrolled at the Hochschule der Kunst in West Berlin. In 1961, he attended Hart Trier's masterclass and completed his studies in the following year. Hart Trier's classes taught various new ways of approaching art, unlike a traditional, like gestural abstraction of touchism and art informal. A young Baselius immersed himself in theories of Vasily Kandinsky, Casimir Malevich, and Ernst Wilhelm Ney, among others. Art historian Andreas Franzke described Baselet's primary artistic influences at this time as Jackson Pollock and Philip Guston. In 1957, he produced his original works in the distinct style of his own. They comprised on imaginary portrait, Uncle Bernard or Onkel Bernard, and in the same year he started work on Rysky Goff series. Baselitz for a while now has been known for his frank speech, and the pubic scandals have a past too. His first solo exhibition was held in 1963 at the Galerie Warner and Karts, Berlin. It caused a huge public scandal. Two of his works, The Big Night Down the Drain and Naked Man, were unceremoniously seized by the public prosecutor. The case ran for 2 years. In 1964, Baselitz spent the spring at the Club Wolfsburg and produced what would be his first etching in the printing shop there. Both block keep to dry in sunlight. Remove the black Japan liquid solution of tar and varnish help of kerosene. These works are exhibited there later that year. The next year, he won a 6-month scholarship to study at the Villa Romana in Florence. When he was there, he studied Mannerist graphics and produced the animal piece Deerstruck, Pictures and Prints. He returned to Berlin until 1966. He worked on the Heroes Helden Group, which included large format composition, The Great Friends, Die Gorben Freunde. Through 1969, he produced large format Foresters or Walter Bitter pictures. In 1970, Dieter Joplin staged his first retrospective at the Kunstmuseum Basel. The show displayed some of Balter's drawings and graphic artworks. Baselitz is well known today the world over the upside down artworks. At first drawings and paintings and then as prints. In 1976 to 1980, Baselitz set up an additional studio in Florence, which he used till 1981. In 1977, he began working on large format lino cards. He began teaching at the Atelier Academy der Bildenden Künste at in Karlsruhe, where he was appointed as a professor till 1978. From 1978 to 1980, he worked on diptychs using tempera techniques with combination of motifs. The works eventually became too abstract with scriptural elements. In 1986, in recognition of Baselitz's achievements, he was awarded the Kaiserring by the city of Goslar. Through the 1980s, Baselitz's work was exhibited frequently in Germany. In 1989, the title Chevalier des Ordre des Arts at des Lettres was conferred upon Baselitz by French Minister of Art Jacques Lang. The effect that living under two dictatorships has had on Baselitz is key to understanding him. When he was born, Hitler had been in power for 5 years. He says, the Third Reich felt so normal and so right that there was absolutely no doubt about the whole thing. He was 7 when war ended. One dictatorship was followed by the GDR, Communist East Germany, from 1945 to 1958, which were his most important years of learning. Take trial proof print by relief print process. He has never been able to escape what it means to be German and like others of his generation. He names Gerhard Richter and Anselm Kiefer. He has confronted it head on. This pressure of being German really made us what we are, he says. Prepare final registration on paper for printing. Had we not had it, I don't know whatever would have succeed as artists. Take first color on ink in glass. Add few drops of linseed oil and apply ink on glass. From 21st November 2009 to 14 March 2010, the museum Freder Buddha and Baden-Baden's Staatliche Kunsthalle exhibited a comprehensive survey of Baselitz's 140 works. He was shown in year 2015 in the George Baselitz, back then in between and today, show at the Haus der Kunst Munich. Known for his outspoken, if not controversial comments about women artists. Not so long ago, George Baselitz is a force to be reckoned with. At age 77, he continues to paint and show his works all over the world. His contributions to painting, drawing, sculpture, and printmaking remain unparalleled. George Baselitz lives and works in Salzburg, Austria. Safety procedures for handling of the itch solution and helpful tips on itching linoleum. Caution: the mixing, handling, and itching of linoleum with sodium hydroxide crystals are extremely dangerous. To protect yourself and those around you from harm, please follow these instructions. Number 1. Always work in a well ventilated area. If in a closed space, keep the windows open at all times. Number 2. Read the safety, handling instructions and caution labels on the sodium hydroxide crystals containers carefully. Number 3. Always wear acid resistant gloves, safety goggles, apron and the respirator when handling acids. Number 4. In the case of an accident or your need for assistance, make sure someone else in the room is aware of what you are doing. Precaution number 5. When mixing the sodium hydroxide crystals, it is important to remember to always putting the sodium hydroxide crystals into the water. Never add water to the sodium hydroxide crystals. Reversing this process could cause a furious reaction and perhaps an explosion. One block take first color impression, second block and take second color impression with the help of pinpoint registration mark on first print paper. First print medium color, second print light color, second color print after 2 hours gap. Number 6. Should the itch solution splash or come in contact with the skin and is allowed to remain in contact with the skin, the result will be a severe burn. It can be washed off immediately with plenty of water and follow these general guidelines. Number 7. Always keep a container of cold water nearby in case of an accident. If your skin comes in contact with the acid, wash the area immediately with plenty of cold water and soak for a minimum of 15 minutes. Get immediate medical attention. Number 8. If your eye should come in contact, call for help or wash your eye with running water for at least 15 minutes. Get immediate medical attention. Number 9. If your body should come in contact with the acid, wash your entire body with the hose from the draining sink for a minimum of 15 minutes. Get immediate medical attention. Prepare final registration diagonally on paper corner for coloring printing. Number 10. Mordants, acids and inks can be water-based or solvent-based, and hence care has to be taken that if a student has any respiratory allergies or asthma problems, appropriate aeration is provided for. Number 11. Inks can be water-based or solvent-based, and hence the care has to be taken that if a student has any respiratory allergies, appropriate aeration is provided for. Allergies also need to be considered. Number 12. Sharp tools have to be handled carefully at every stage as the cutting out or gouging tools can pose a problem to the printmaker if used roughly. Make sure that children are safe guarded from the sharp tools by keeping the tools secure in a box which can be locked. Write all details and signature the print.